alcohol would take over her life when she started drinking. She didn't know that she was changing the neurons in her brain. She drank at parties for years. After Annie got married and had kids, she knew she needed to change her lifestyle. She left the parties, but she couldn't leave the alcohol. Annie eventually found herself in a horrible situation, waking up with a hangover, unable to get her kids to school or to feed them, all because of her alcohol addiction. You've heard many stories like Annie's, and you may even have close family and friends who suffer from alcohol addictions. In fact, over 17 million Americans suffer from alcohol use disorders. An addict will seek alcohol again and again, even after they know it's harmful. So what's going on in a person's brain that tells them alcohol is the solution to their problems when it's actually the cause? The answer lies in the neurons of the reward system. These brain cells regulate pleasure and reward. The main players are dopamine and GABA neurons. They begin in the midbrain, a region called the VTA, and they travel to the front of the brain, ending in the nucleus accumbens. When you do something awesome, like ace a test or eat a piece of chocolate, dopamine is released in the nucleus accumbens. You feel great, and that makes you want to do that thing again. You can think of GABA as the brakes on dopamine. It's inhibitory, so make sure dopamine activity doesn't get too crazy. Drugs of abuse and alcohol hijack this system. It's like slamming on the dopamine gas pedal and knocking out the GABA brake. The car speeds out of control, but here's dopamine telling the brain, "Yeah, that was awesome, do it again." Over time, this system gets pretty messed up, and the gas pedal and the brake don't work properly for normal life. Alcoholics don't feel normal levels of pleasure. They think they have to drink in order to feel good. An addict will continue to seek alcohol even after it's harming other areas of their lives, just like in Annie's story. My thesis focuses on GABA neurons and how alcohol changes their activity. I look at inputs to GABA neurons, and I found that certain proteins are shifting their function. During withdrawal from alcohol, GABA neurons become hyperexcitable, meaning they fire too much. And these proteins are delivering more excitation and less inhibition to these neurons. This may contribute to this drive state that says, I need alcohol, I have to have alcohol. If we can figure out what's going on up here in the brain, then we can develop better treatments and help real people who are suffering from alcohol addiction. Thank you.